I wish I could make reaction videos, but I was born in 1956. I've heard all these songs. What could I possibly react to?
I was worth it, found my purpose, rarely abyss to the surface, the reward of constantly working.
Hey whippersnappers, Brian here at A Boomer Reacts. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, thanks for checking me out. I listen to rap and hip-hop songs using lyric videos, and then I let you know what I thought about them. As you can see, I'm doing the song Paperchase, one word, by Mountain Brothers. I got a couple of requests for Mountain Brothers, and in one of the requests, someone mentioned that it was an all-Asian group. I thought, oh, that's pretty interesting. And now here we are. So I'd never heard of Mountain Brothers before. So I'm going to read a little bio just so I know who they are, and then we'll get into the reaction. Mountain Brothers is a hip-hop trio comprised of Scott Young, a.k.a. Chops, Steve Waiaka, a.k.a. Styles Infinite, and Christopher Wang, a.k.a. Parallel. That's Peril-L. Parallel. The group formed in 1994 after they all attended the Pennsylvania State University. They shared a common interest, making music, which is how they became friends. There was an electronic music lab at Penn State, which they took advantage of by using it as their recording studio. Their goal was to get signed to a major label so their music could be known nationwide. Their method was to send their demos to a variety of music labels, somewhat anonymously. Chop says, "We didn't want people to prejudge based on us being Asian, so we would send a demo tape with a letter saying, 'We have a picture, but it doesn't matter what we look like if you don't like our music.' People that knew music, it was their job to like music, so they loved our music, and then we sent them our picture and their mind was blown." The group experienced a lot of racism while searching for a label, remembering the time that a rep of a major label told them that they should wear karate gis and battle rap with gongs behind them. Yikes. That's pretty bad. They named themselves Mountain Brothers after the legend of 108 mountain bandits depicted in the Chinese novel Water Margin. After putting several songs together, the group started to perform around the Philly area and soon found themselves doing shows nationwide from Miami to Portland, Oregon. The Mountain Brothers have felt the odd stares and glares when performing before a predominantly black crowd, but Chop says, "We found that any stereotyping ends in the first 10 seconds. Once they hear us, everything's cool." In '96, the group independently released a 5-song EP, which included Optometry, To Whom It May Concern, I Feel Good Tonight, Go for Broke, and Paperchase, which was released as the first single. However, their career took an unexpected national turn when that same year they won a national radio contest called Rhymes for the Mind, sponsored by the Sprite Soda Company. Since their submission was purely auditory, no one at Sprite realized they were Asian American. Soon after, Nike hired the group to provide background verses for a TV spot that featured various Nike-sponsored NBA stars, though once again the brothers were invisible to the viewer, just voices on a soundtrack. After the successful Sprite campaign, the Mountain Brothers secured a record deal with Roughhouse Records and released the 12-inch of Paperchase with the B-side of 5 Elements in '97. The single garnered much underground praise, but the relationship between the group and Roughhouse soured and ended in 1998. Money. That's what it always is. While they were with Roughhouse, all that was released was the Paperchase 12-inch. In '99, the MBs, I can call them the MBs. Now you tell me. In '99, the MBs signed with indie label Pimp Strut and released their debut album, Self, Volume 1. The single Galaxies The Next Level propelled them to nationwide notoriety, while the video was featured on MTV and part of a televised indie artist TRL. Two interesting things about the MBs, besides being an all-Asian American crew, is one, they don't use any samples. They record all their instrumentals live in the studio, which goes a long way in explaining the funky organic feel. The other thing is they don't include any guest MCs on Self Volume 1 because they think they do a fine job on their own. Self Volume 1 did not chart and is viewed as one of the more slept-on gems of the 90s. Paperchase was produced by Chops. Well, that was very informative. No lyric video, so I'm just going to scroll.
It's all about the M-O-N-E. Why must everything revolve around the penny? I walk upon the streets without any. Trying to keep a steady pace. I'm on a paper tape. It's all about the M-O-N-E. Why must everything revolve around the penny? I walk upon the streets without any. Trying to keep a steady pace. I'm on a paper tape. Nowadays, I see many count the ways of how it pays to shout a phrase on a chorus and chorus without amazing rhymes. In these disgracing times, let me state my case about the paper chase. I know it's hard trying to escape the pace of the fast lane, situated in a gold-plated Camry Lexa Benz. But what about support-related family checks for friends? The fall of hip-hop is new to me. Fuck it, CEOs don't see my flow as a business opportunity. How soon we forget what it means to be original. Seems to me they fiend to see residuals. I reckon smash foes getting paid for half-ass shows. Posting too concerned about collecting cash flows. You get burned out by Stacy Dash holes on your sack. Well, all I need is food on the table and clothes on my back, despite the fact dude from the label made us financially able. We still maintain hip-hop and keep it stable. It's all about the M-O-N-E. Why must everything revolve around the penny? I walk upon the streets without any. Trying to keep a steady pace. I'm on a paper tape. It's all about the M-O-N-E. Why must everything revolve around the penny? I walk upon the streets without any. Trying to keep a steady pace. I'm on a paper tape. You got to know your friends and enemies, and those that just pretend to be the ones that go remember me with good old days and memories we never had together. Friends in fair weather, yeah, whatever. You used to have no time for us, and now you wanna rhyme with us. Come on and split a dime with us, and chicks and sisters. Nothing but loving on the mind, to come to find that it was just tricks. They robbing leech trying to live the lives of the rich and the famous. You're making me sick because you're shameless. Plus you're seedy like pomegranates. You seen it and said I'ma have it. Nowhere to be found when we was underground struggling, but now you come around all of a sudden. Checking wallets for dollars, you're bugging. I give hollers to those that knew us when we was nothing, cause that's the truest. Former support is pure, we had yours from the door, ground floor. Elevated the rhyme and finally made it. You wasn't fishy, never gonna be unappreciated. You're not about the M-O-N-E. Why must everything revolve around the penny? I walk upon the streets without any. Trying to keep a steady pace. I'm on a paper tape. It's all about the M-O-N-E. Why must everything revolve around the penny? I walk upon the streets without any. Trying to keep a steady pace. I'm on a paper tape.
It's true that Lou rules the whole globe. Dining dope clothes while more autos inlaid with gold fixtures. Still I remain a bitch to the dollar bill admitted. Insulated with the fitter caps, the fast stack of snaps, but the fact remains. Material gains can't steer me clear of pains. This lifestyle lusted for a nice while, but I'll state the grass was kinda greener in the leaner pastures. I wouldn't give up living up, but hip-hop for love was much cleaner. It's a fine line trying to get some money plus represent for me. What you choose when imitation is what gets the paycheck. Rockin' dash your fashions and stashing cash hits, but what is this? Am I a business manager just to head with spendage? I got 10 times the ends, but only half the real friends. Lying in plus satin, batting 1,000 with brick houses. But what counts is I don't own my soul, I'm just a slave to the chasing of the paper.
I'm on a paper tape. It's all about the M-O-N-E. Why must everything revolve around the penny? I walk upon the streets without any. Trying to keep a steady pace. I'm on a paper tape. It's all about the M-O-N-E. Why must everything revolve around the penny? I walk upon the streets without any. Trying to keep a steady pace. I'm on a paper tape.
Well, that was a pleasant surprise. I kind of feel about this like when I first heard Lucchini. It has the same bounce. The MCs, although those were two and this is three, but all of them were, sounded like they were in a good mood and having fun. And I can't pick a favorite of these three MCs. I thought they're all great. Styles, Chops, and Parallel. Yeah, they're all good. And the song was fun. That's a really great beat. Really low key. And the hook was a little different. The verses had horn sounds in it, and the verses didn't, but they had scratching. So, a little different, which, I like. And of course, what did I say when it said they soured on Rough House or something? And I went, money. It's money. That's what all this is about. It didn't occur to me that Paperchase meant chasing money. Could have been chasing any paper. Actually, there was a movie in the 70s called Paperchase, and I think it was, the paper was like diploma, because it was at a university. But this one's one word. That was two words. This is, I'm going to put it on my short list of best or top 5 that I'll post on December 31st. That's how much I liked it. A lot of fun. Well, thanks for hanging with you guys. If you like this kind of content, give me a like and a subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.